What's up, chaps and chappets? So I'm actually playing this FIFA World Cup mode. I wanted to get round to it earlier, but the problem is that my old controller was basically broken. You know, pretty much FUT Champs. The FUT Champs sweat is a guaranteed way to absolutely wreck your controller. I think I've been through like 3 controllers. They've all been basically victims of FUT Champions. But the other day, we got a fresh new controller in the door. Red controller, looking sexy, I'm not going to lie. And I wish I could say the same with this team. Unfortunately, we've only managed to get Kyle Walker. So what I did was, I think this is actually on my old main account, Mbirchy 004. So what I did was I just sold everyone I had, like every single player I could find. Got 55k. One thing I definitely would recommend when you're starting up on World Cup mode, seeing as you can't get chemistry styles and you can't buy squad fitnesses because there isn't any market on the World Cup mode. You go onto the normal FIFA Ultimate Team and then just buy like loads of chem stars. I bought loads of Hawk chem stars, for example. I think Anchor as well. And then squad fitnesses, luckily, again for 200 coins. Otherwise, I mean, that would be rough. I'm not gonna lie. If they were like 1,000 coins each still for the squad fitnesses. So we're opening up the packs. There is no alternative on this game mode, of course. But the thing is that the pack weight is actually decent. So I'm happy to do it. At the end of the day, like, FIFA's dead. Normal FIFA Ultimate Team is dead. So I might as well just put all of my coins into this World Cup mode and go all in on the road to glory, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, in terms of what is happening with the channel as well, I'm going to try and upload more Fortnite soon. But the problem is that, much like my controller, my PC is kind of getting close to Rip City. So I'm going to need to get a new PC at some point. I mean, it's just basically sitting on the floor right now. I need to like install Windows on it again. It just keeps having like boot errors, and it's annoying as hell. So I can't play Fortnite for the time being after grinding that game for 3 months to get to a state of being really good of a game, or like relatively good of a game anyway. But nonetheless, we managed to pack Ozil. And that's the thing, is that kind of player, you know, he's got the rating, so it'd be good for the SBCs. I wasn't actually thinking of the SBC at the start. Probably should have done it before I went into this first World Cup. But the problem is with players like Ozil, we're not really meta players. You know, I very much come from that sweaty FUT Champs background going into this. Like, I don't know what the percentage is, but the way I kind of saw it is the FIFA World Cup mode. It's like, there is going to be a lot of players sweating it that were previously FUT Champions players, but I kind of also see it as like, is it going to be similar to the daily knockout tournament? Because I always found the daily knockout tournament relatively easy. So when it gets to the knockout stages, is it going to be equivalent to that? And that's kind of what I was trying to find out, you know. Is it going to be difficult to actually win this World Cup? I think the prize for winning is like 15,000 coins and 2 special packs or something, which is pretty pathetic, I'm not going to lie. But here's the thing, here's like, the custom tactics just showed them there. If you want to go back and see them, the custom tactics were just there. And we are applying the chem stars, obviously, in the 4-4-2. And we're going to switch to the 4-2-3-1, best formation in the game. I forgot what I was saying before now. I always do this, like, something happens on the screen, I've got to quickly catch up with that. But now, to be fair, this is more important now. So these are the play instructions that I use for the 4-2-3-1. Definitely would say that this formation is still the meta formation. Oh yeah, I was saying, I was talking about how, is it going to be like as difficult as the daily knockout tournament? Is it going to be that sort of standard? But it's like, obviously you've got to get through the groups first before you can even think about the knockout stages. But, oh yeah. So I was saying about the coins, 15,000 coins as the reward. So the thing is that it doesn't actually matter that much because the pack weight is so good and the SBCs are so easy. As we get the first win just like that, the SBCs are so easy to do. In fact, they've got an icon SBC that you can just keep repeatedly doing. So the 15,000 coins reward isn't that bad, seeing as it's so easy to pack players. And normal Ultimate Team is pretty much dead at this point anyway, so I wouldn't find any motivation to take those coins out of this World Cup mode and go into normal Ultimate Team or something like that. Unless, of course, it carried over to FIFA 19, which, you know, we'd all love. That would be very decent, I'm not going to lie. If all of your World Cup earnings went into the next game, and then you were able to actually, you know, build up a sick team from the start. So, we're 2-1 up in this game. Second game of the group stage. And the thing is with a 4-2-3-1, as well as just the game in general, I kind of had to get back into FIFA after playing Fortnite for so long, not really playing much of FIFA, but I had like all these notes back when I was really sweating FIFA on FUT Champs of like kind of just tips on how you play. And I'll reveal some of them, you know, like the little tip book, you might say. Tips from Mbirchy. So with the 4-2-3-1 formation, one of its biggest strengths is just its overall ability to dominate the game, dominate the midfield, especially against one of the most meta formations, which is the 4-1-2-1-2. But at the same time, I feel like you can dominate with a 4-3-3 in terms of possession, but the difference is with the 4-2-3-1 is that you're very defensively solid as well. So you can dominate possession whilst sort of having that backbone, that spine to the team that sort of gives you that confidence going forward. When you know you've got such a sick defense, you're much more confident going forward. So a couple of things to note with the 4-2-3-1 formation. The left back and right back are one of the most important positions on the team. As we get Ronaldinho on loan there. I didn't even realise we could get him. Get a little loan icon just like that. But as you can see, we've got a right back, Kyle Walker, which I was really happy about, to be honest, because he is probably the best right back on this World Cup mode, or at least close to it anyway. And then the left back is currently a centre back, annoyingly. But say we're coming up against a 4-1-2-1-2 here, for example. And when you use your left back and right back, you want to be making sure that you're sort of pulling the midfielders, so the centre mids, out of position, and then you're just going to create a lot of space in the middle to dribble past, LBA pass, passes to sort of weave through the defence. Oh my, little voice break, first of the day right there. You want to try and basically weave through the defence with the LBA passing, like quick, slick passing, once you sort of drag the players out with the left back and right back. So that's going to be your way of sort of starting off the attacks and giving your attacks a higher probability of actually sort of breaking through the defences. If you saw in the custom tactics earlier, I don't know how many of you would have actually paused on that, but we have a really high crossing stat. I think it's like 64 or something like that. Bear in mind the custom tactics are actually from Vitality. Oh no, it's not Vitality anymore. It's PSG Rocky. Because I kind of just like base my playstyle off of him. At the end of the day, one of the best ways to get good at something is kind of like emulating one of the top players or one of the prime people at first, and then sort of not going to be able to say that word, differentiating, I guess, yeah. Kind of like picking someone that is already at the top type thing, and then finding your niche within that, like finding your own playstyle. And that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment, and that's the thing, because I haven't played the game for a long time, it's just easier to copy the tactics and play similar to a pro player, or at least try to anyway, and then sort of branch out from there. Very much the case of just trying to flex up at this point as we make it through the group stage. So that is going to be the end of the first episode, of course. I don't know what to do from here. I mean, I have to just like grind up right now. We've got to play the rest of the games. And goodness me, it's going to be a sweat fest in that knockout stage. How far are we going to get? Make sure to comment down below how far you think we're going to get. Subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll see you on the next Mbirchy episode. My.